Hello, team. Welcome to another weekly sales meeting. We've got some great speakers and some really great topics that we're going to be covering today. I'm going to get started and talk about, the process that we go through when we're achieving our goals, the process that we're going through right now to develop relationships, to do the activities that we need to be doing to win. One of the things that I've seen as a common, theme is people giving up as they're going through what it takes to build the relationships. And when we talk about this, it's like it's putting in the effort for the first time in a long time for a lot of people to go to closings, to go to open houses, to do the activities that it takes to build these relationships. And what I've seen over the last couple of weeks, as I personally been going to open houses with Nicole, is every single real estate agent we talked to 24 real estate agents over the last 2 weeks of going to open houses. They all said the same thing. They haven't seen a loan officer come to an open house in years. And as I've talked to LOs in different markets, I was talking to Tyler and he was talking to his LOs in Texas. He's telling me the same thing. LOs are going to open houses and the real estate agents are welcoming the LOs, but also saying like they haven't seen LOs in years come to open houses. This is a sign of the times. We are dealing with an entire generation, entire group of loan originators across the country that aren't doing what it takes. They're used to it coming to them. They're coming off a couple of years of easy money, easy loans, and they're not doing the work anymore. This is the competitive opportunity for us to take an advantage. This is the opening. It's doing the things that nobody else is doing. It's the fundamentals. It's blocking and tackling. It used to be the fundamentals. So you have to go through some suffering before you achieve success. That's the way it goes, guys. So, all of the outcomes that we drove over the last, 4 quarters, getting to 100% growth quarter over quarter from Q4 to Q1, being in a situation where we funded, more volume in the first 21 weeks of this year than we did all of last year. Those outcomes were the result of all the suffering we did last year, all the suffering that we did in 2022 and the second half of 2021. It took that to get to this, okay? And we have to understand that's part of the process. We can't be expecting quick turnaround on a referral. We can't be expecting a short-term outcome. We have to be focused on the outcomes that we're driving, which are long-term relationships. It's building our rapport and our reputation in the marketplace as the one person that goes to open houses, as the one person that's doing the activities. And I know we're harping on these specific activities, but it's a reflection of all of the sales activities. This morning, I shared a couple screenshots with our branch managers about somebody that I've been prospecting for 10 months now. Somebody that didn't respond to my first 3 messages over the first, 4 to 5 months. And then we connected with the person finally 3 months ago. And then we followed up again. And then we scheduled a time for us to go to dinner. This is a person that's doing a couple $100 million a year in volume. This is a big opportunity. But guess what? It takes the persistence. If your ego gets bruised because you're reaching out to somebody and they're not getting back to you, or you go to an open house and you don't get, the welcome treatment, you have to understand, you got to overcome to that. You have to get through that part of, building relationships again and going through the sales activities again before you're going to normalize it. And then you're going to be able to, meet that situation. You're going to meet those circumstances with confidence, and you're going to meet with the necessary approach to be successful. Believe me, the first time, the second time, the third time you do something, it's going to be vastly different by the time you get to the 30th time, and people are going to see the confidence. People are going to know the name. People are going to have heard of your reputation. So expect it to be hard. Understand the next 6 to 9 months, if we lead on activities, if we dominate our local market by being the most active, the most present, and develop and talk to the most agents, we will be the winners of 2024. We will be the winners next year. Like I said, it's always, you got to go through the suffering to achieve the success. So I want to talk about our partnership. This is something that, everybody's heard about this upcoming partnership, this exclusive partnership that we are getting ready to roll out. So, in the next 10 days, we'll be launching our initial pilot of this partnership. And this is essentially an exclusive partnership that is going to put us in a position that we're going to get access to anywhere from 15 to 25,000 credit qualified pre-approved purchase clients. They're actively looking for a home. We're starting in a group of 5 states. We've already started working with some of the branch managers and loan originators in those markets to get them prepared for this. We're getting our CRM, we're getting all the data prepared. And this is going to put us in a position, guys, where we're able to deliver, we're able to work with active home buyers that are super qualified, which is a big deal. Now, that doesn't solve the inventory issue. We still got to be able to, get them in front of realtors, and realtors get them in front of houses. We get that. but it starts the momentum, especially this time of the year. We're building momentum. We're going to be coming into these initial markets with 500 to 1,000 active buyers. Now, we're not going to convert all of them, convert a third of them. That's a big deal. So just understand we're going into this with a holistic view. It's all about developing relationships with agents, using these active buyers as referrals. It's all about making sure providing a great client experience to these customers that are coming to the door. But it's all about putting our best effort forward. So the pilot, 5 states, it's going to expand to nationwide over the next, I would say, 4 to 6 weeks. It's a lot of volume, and we're going to really make sure that we're properly, putting the high touch experience on the people that are the most active and looking presently versus somebody that might be looking 3 to 6 months out. But this is going to be the start of something big. So, right now we should be talking to our real estate agents about this. Last week I had a bunch of people repost what I shared on social media, and they said a lot of their agents have reached out to them. Same thing here. Yesterday I had a meeting with one of the top agents in Florida, with Sean Grapevine, and the person had saw the post that we had put out there about what we're doing with these active home buyers and referring them to agents. The person had reached out to us, and we started to strategize how their team can work with our team. They're already doing 30, 40 buy-side purchases per month. So if we bring this to the table, now we have great synergy, and we're developing a great relationship with not only somebody that can serve these home buyers that we're going to be referring to them, but we can also serve the home buyers that they're already actively working with. That's an opportunity. So this is something we need to be really going out on the streets and pounding the pavement with. There's not often that we can bring a value proposition of active buyers to our agents. We're going to be able to bring a lot of them. So it's coming. It's starting in 5 states to get initially. We're going to be expanding it nationwide over the next 4 to 6 weeks. But just understand, it starts with the conversation now. It starts with prepping them now. It starts with building the relationship. And understand, you're not just saying, hey, I got buyers for you. When you're going to refer a client to somebody just like us, they're going to vet us. We got to vet them. We got to make sure, do you have systems in place? When are you going out and showing homes? What's your availability? Are you full-time or part-time? Like, you got to vet them. If you're going to put an active home buyer in somebody's hand, do the work, make sure they understand the seriousness and the level of commitment we expect. And we plan on reciprocating with great service experience, but also with supporting them as a partner. So very excited about this. This is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a game changer for us second half of this year and long term. So last thing here I want to hit on is my call to action for everybody. It's really the winners win mindset. It's like, this week, I'm hearing a lot of, watch a bunch of the coaching sessions. I'm hearing a lot of people on the daily sales huddles. Obviously, I read the transcripts as well. And, overall, guys, like, now's the time, okay? Like there's this mindset that, like, we're in some, like, dark period of time. This is the best time ever. I'm telling you right now, I'm being straight with you. I didn't even sleep last night. I was so excited to come to work today. Like, literally, I am so excited to come to work every day. This is an opportunity market. People don't even know what's in front of them. And that's the opportunity. You will never be able to get the attention of real estate agents like you can get them now. They are, believe me when I tell you, they're not busy. They're looking for direction. They have no leadership in their side of the business. So the ability to be an LO that actually has value, that's having a conversation, that can bring all of the value that we have here at UMortgage from a coaching perspective, from a marketing perspective, to their world, and start talking about building their business. Don't talk about transactions and referrals and all that stuff. Talk about building business. Like this, that's the theme. That's the goal. It's like, hey, when I talk to my partners, when I talk to the people, the Ravi Patels, the Jimmy Hobsons, when I talk to the Kyle Kohlers, the Rebecca Richardsons, like, we're talking about business. We're not talking about loans. Like, that's not what we focus on. We focus on, hey, how are we building? How are we growing? What are the things that we need to do over the next 60, 90 days to add more loan officers, to add more loans, to add more referral partners? Like, that's the game. When you meet with an agent, that's your partner. You don't want to talk about loans with them. You want to talk about business. How are you marketing? What systems are you using? What things are you doing to win in this very challenging market? You got to sit there and be like, hey, I got your back, but I need to know what you're doing and how you're doing, how you're spending your time. How can we optimize your day to set you up for success? It takes what it takes to win, guys. It takes the conversations. It takes the level of care. It takes the follow. If you're sitting stagnant during the day, if you're not actively talking to potential referral partners or potential buyers throughout the day, you're wasting time, okay? And that's not our game. There's plenty of people, like we said, nobody going to open houses, nobody going to closings. That's everybody else. We're going to do the things to win. We're the company that's going to triple this year. We're the company that's bringing in exclusive partnerships that's going to bring thousands of home buyers to our loan officers in every market across the country. Nobody's doing these things because nobody's out hustling me. Nobody's out working me. We got to do the same thing in our local markets. We got to make sure if we bring this value and bring these active home buyers to our local markets, do we have agents to hand them off to? Do we have, agents that are actively working with buyers where, they're going to be able to provide synergy for the relationship and keep that commonality between the relationship going? Like, you have to be having those conversations today. So, there's a lot of distractions out there. The most important thing for us is winners win. Have the confidence that you have an unbelievable value proposition coming your way with these referrals, and we got to have more conversations. I'm going to hand it off to Todd Bitter, and I'll be back shortly.
Hey everybody, this is Todd Bitter, Chief Sales Officer here at UMortgage, and I want to talk about just being present at events. This past week I was at the FAMP event, which is the Florida Association of Mortgage Professionals. I'm in Arizona, but we have a large team in Florida, so I thought it was a good idea to go down there, get some time with the team, and then network. Networking. Now, I'm there for a different reason than a lot of you guys would be. I'm there to meet other loan originators and kind of network with people that might come aboard as team members. But the same holds true for loan originators that should network with realtors. I mean, every state, every city has different realtor events, and different realtors have their own events, but they're usually open to people from the outside if you pay $20, $30 or whatever to get in. So be at these meetings, go to these conferences, be present. Networking is the key to this business, whether it's from my end trying to hire in new originators, or whether it's as a loan officer out there trying to meet new realtors. That is still the greatest old-fashioned way to build relationships, is that face-to-face, standing around at a cocktail party or listening to speakers, and then afterwards in the lobby talking to people, but just basic networking. And that's what I did for the last few days. On top of that, I had some time to spend with our Epic team, which is Andrew Cady and his people. And just building those relationships with employees of our company that, I see them every day or every other day on Facebook or through workplace chats or things of this nature, but there's nothing that beats that face-to-face. So, do these events kind of get tiresome and a little boring? Absolutely, some of the content can be, but the things you'll gain from just having that exposure and meeting people face-to-face far exceeds the fact that you might have to drive a few hours or fly a few hours and spend the night in a hotel or whatever it is you have to do to attend these events, because the value there is just meeting people, getting to know them. And again, the realtor events, that's how I've built some of my best partnerships with realtors over the years. It's just meeting them, getting to know them, getting my face, my name in front of them. And then they find out about me, they find out about my family, I find out about them and their family. That's how you build relationships. Now, other than that, some of the topics that came up during this event, again, every event I've been to this year has had a very similar effect on me. I've seen a lot of our competitors that just seem to be lost this year. They seem like they're just a rudderless ship, not knowing what their career is going to do next because of the fact that rates are a little higher and the inventories are a little lower. And it's been a tough year. Let's face it. We all know that. But put that aside. Control what you can control. Ignore the uncontrollables. The people at that event that are focused on interest rates and all the negatives that they have no control over are the same ones I'm watching walking around with their heads down. How many of them aren't even showing up at events? But the ones like Andrew's team that ignore those things, they're out there every day just saying, I don't care what rates are. I don't care what inventory is. There's houses being sold every hour, probably every minute. I mean, what was it last year? We had I had to look at the stat, but it was a couple million houses, whatever. So there are, every minute of every day, there's a house being sold. Go out there and get that business. You don't have to have the best rate. You don't have to have the greatest inventory in your market to win. You just have to have the mindset that says, I don't care what these other things are. I don't control them. My competition at other brokers and other lenders don't control them. What you can control is your mindset. And that's what I took away from this event in Florida. I saw about 25% of people there that were going to kill it regardless of if rates were 10% tomorrow. And I saw another 75% that were literally looking for guidance or looking for someone to tell them to snap out of it and start getting back to doing the basics. And unfortunately, that's what the mindset is of about 75% of this industry right now. But that's good for you, because if you don't have that mindset, you've got 75% of the competitors already beaten at their own game. So again, I can't stress enough, go out there, be present, be mindful of any event you can get into, because networking is all about building relationships. And let's face it, UMortgage, relationships, not transactions, is our key core value. Have a great day, everybody.
Hey guys, Keena Gehringer here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about social media and how I use social media to be intentional with my real estate partners. One thing that I really like to do and that I appreciate when it comes to social media is stories. I like to stay active on stories. I know that's a new hot thing. A lot of realtors and prospective buyers even watch stories. So whenever I am, wherever during the day, let's say a lunch meeting or even a coffee meeting, I like to post and let people know that I'm out meeting with agents. I am accepting new relationships and to show them what I'm actually doing in the community at that point in time, because it makes me more relatable, right? It's inviting. If I show realtors that I like to have fun and that I enjoy meeting with them, then that makes them more prone to accept my invite when I reach out to them and I invite them to coffee. They may have seen it on a story where I was with another agent at a great coffee house, or it might be a spot that they want to try. So they may entice in conversation. So I always try to post as much as I can throughout the day to show what activities that I'm doing out in the community. Again, being intentional to entice real estate agents to spark conversation with me, or even to entice them, of course, to want to meet up with me and have coffee or lunch, right? Another way that I like to use social media to be intentional is really to show my connection, again, engaging to the community, show them that I'm actually doing business, right? I'm still getting clients that are applying for a mortgage, or I'm still getting fast closes. I'm going to my closings, showing them that I'm involved throughout the process. Again, it's another way to show agents that we're actually out there getting business, doing all the activities that we need to do to build our businesses, and to show them that we care about our business, right? We're not just sitting there on the sidelines waiting for our phones to ring, not doing anything. We're out there serving our community and supporting the real estate industry. Another way that I like to use social media is really to help me maintain relationships and stay top of mind, just like I mentioned. I want real estate agents to know that I'm still out there meeting and engaging with clients and realtors alike. So again, they get that sense of, okay, well, when Keena calls me, because I will, I know that she's out there and she's meeting and she's engaging with people. I want to know what she's doing with her community to continue to grow her business. I see that she's busy. She's always sharing on social media. I want to know what she's doing and be connected with that. So that is another way that I use social medias, again, is to entice realtors by showing them that I am active in my community. And it's important right now. Let's all be honest. It is so important to stay top of mind, because we know that real estate agents are getting phone calls every single day. They're getting just boggled down throughout the day with loan officers and all sorts of referral partners that are trying to compete for their business. But whenever you can be consistent with social media and keeping your image out there and staying top of mind, whether it's a funny story, it doesn't always have to be loan officer related or real estate related, right? You're going to a concert or you're going to dinner, be sure to post and show what you're doing, again, out in your community to support your community, because realtors like that. They like to know that you're a real person. They like to know that you went to the new restaurant uptown. They want to know what you had, right? They want to engage in conversation and, again, get to know you. And especially if they know that you're fun and you're out there and that's something that they're interested in, it's another way that you can spark a great, solid relationship. So my call to action for all of the loan officers here at UMortgage is to check out the marketing site on SharePoint, get some ideas of some things you can post. A lot of the times I have no idea about what I want to post about that day, but just get out of your own head and just try to be intentional sharing throughout the day, maybe to stories, or you can share a post if you'd like, but just get out there and post something. It doesn't necessarily have to be always mortgage related, but show some of your life. Some of us are a lot of fun, right? Show everybody that you're fun, because that will attract more realtors to you. If you have any questions, reach out. Bye.
Hey everybody, Vincent DeRisi here with UMortgage in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I want to go over the importance of getting face-to-face with your borrowers and your referral partner. Getting face time with the borrowers and your referral partners is crucial for building a strong and also building trust in the relationship. When I do face-to-face with my borrowers, I feel like they see my emotion. They see the dedication that I have for them to get them to that next step of either home ownership or even to save money with a refinance. With my referral clients, as in realtors, builders, and even some attorneys, they see that I care. They see that I'm prepared, and they see that I'm very professional in my expertise. Face-to-face brings a different type of tactic and brings a different type of tangible to the lending aspect that a phone call or even a text cannot bring. The way that I get my face-to-face time with my borrowers or my referral partners is I be proactive for the week. It's scheduled ahead of time. It's not on a whim. It's not being reactive. I'm looking ahead, getting the week planned out, and having a direct plan of action to get that face-to-face time. With my borrowers, I like to do a lot of Teams and Zoom calls, specifically on my pre-approval consultations. I feel like it's really taken our team to the next step, utilizing that face-to-face time for the pre-approval consultations. With our realtors love to eat lunch, so do I. So we love doing lunch appointments, specifically that one-on-one appointment, because you can really, really get to know each other in a little bit deeper of an aspect. The way that I follow up after that FaceTime or that meeting with my clients or borrowers is I'm always making sure I'm available for them, whether it's proactively with giving the clients or the referral partners information that they need to help build their business, or it's with the borrower giving them information on a house that they may want to go see over the weekend. My call to action to my peers and to other LLs looking out for this is be proactive. Get your presence out there. Get uncomfortable being uncomfortable, because using your personality is going to get you to that next step.
Hey everyone, Matt Brady here, and I'm a loan originator in South Carolina. And today we're going to talk about running a successful event. So we've ran several events over the past few weeks, from happy hours to real estate classes, and here are the best practices that we've learned. So how we determine the event is depending on who we're working with. When we work with the real estate association or a real estate office, we ask, what do their realtors want to learn about? And we give them a list of 13 classes that we teach, from marketing to different loan programs and everything like that. Once we get feedback on what classes we want to do, we use them to help promote the event. So they'll send out email lists to their members, for the real estate offices to their roster. And when we work with an attorney's office, an insurance company, that's great, because we use each other's databases through email and social media to help promote the event. So we really want to start promoting it 2 weeks before the event. We put it on our email drip campaign, we put it on social media, and then we even do personal invites from people that we talked to in the past that might learn from the event. So then once the event is happening, the day before, we're going to call everyone who has confirmed. We use Eventbrite so we can track all registrations. For the real estate association, they have a member list that they use to keep track of everyone that's signed up. During the event, I found out when you promote food and drinks, that's a great way to get more people to show up. And if you're working with other partners such as insurance, closing attorneys, they can help cover some of that cost. So then we do the event. And what I like doing in-person events, because it lets you shake hands, it lets you meet people, answer questions, and connect after the event to set up one-on-one appointments. So that's the big thing with follow-up. You want to make sure you gather everyone's information. So have some type of handout. We have a handout that goes with the subject that we're talking about, that they send us their email so they get that. And then we follow up a week later, have they use the information? Would they like to set up a one-on-one time so we can learn more about their business? That's how we're really generating more business from this. At the end of the day, it just comes down to giving people what they want. Make sure you promote the event on all platforms. Make sure you give personal invites. If you can give food and drink, that's going to drive more people to it, and use partners that can help cross-promote the event through their database and their sphere of influence. And make sure you follow up right before the event to remind people to come, but then also after, so you can generate and cultivate those relationships with people. If you need more help, check out the marketing site for all the assets they have on having a run event, different graphics you can use, different classes that you can teach. It's all there on the marketing site, and make sure you check that out.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you, team. Great job today. So we got a couple more things we want to hit on. We first of all want to give a special happy birthday and congratulations to Hussein Elatat, who is our new VP of Operations. If you have yet to meet Hussein, he was recently on the Daily Sales Huddle. Hussein was one of the top AVPs and division leaders at UWM over underwriting. He's a high energy guy. He's got a very, very clear vision for client experience, for how we support our team members as servant leaders, how we develop our team members, how we work as a team, one operations team across the board with our sales counterparts as well. But more than anything, creating a coaching culture, which has been a really big part of our focus here for a long time. But being able to bring a senior leader with the experience and the track record and the enthusiasm and the passion for building a coaching culture within operations. So, when we make a mistake, we get it. As long as we don't make a mistake again. We talk a lot about this, if you put your hand on the stove, you get burned. You're not going to put your hand on the stove again. So, we want to learn, we want to coach, we want to bring a culture where everybody understands it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to fail. As long as we're coaching in the moment, we're learning, we're getting better from it. So Hussein brings that enthusiasm. He's a hard charger. He cares a lot. And we're super, super excited to have him leading operations. In addition to that, we've made some adjustments within operations. So we're now going to have 4 pod leaders. And basically, we believe that, having a lower team member, processor to team leader headcount makes a lot of sense right now, especially with some of the capacity that we have coming in the door. So we've essentially broken up our team now that going forward, where Brett, Jacob, Nally Fry, and Denisa will be overseeing different pods within operations when it comes to processing. In addition to that, Joel will be leading the setup team. These changes have already gone into effect. The one last step is Mason is going to be overseeing our QC efforts, training, and all onboarding for new operations team members. So this structure is going to allow us to, first scale in a much more efficient way. B, it's going to allow us to take the QC, scorecards that we have and the QC highlights at the transaction level and translate that into training and coaching for the team. So when mistakes are made, we're immediately driving coaching and training within the team and making corrections quickly. And then also from a standpoint of bigger picture training and developing the team when it comes to underwriting knowledge or different lenders or new lenders that we're onboarding, we have a structured team that's going to be dedicated. So we're very, very excited about these changes. Again, we've gone through the 1.62. Rough start. Anytime there's a big change, lots of structure being added, there's going to be friction, there's going to be resistance. And in addition to that, you have the market moving. So, all those things create a rough start. Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen the efficiency come through. We've seen the quality increase substantially. We've seen the cycle times decrease substantially. So things are getting faster. The errors are going down. The quality of the loans are improving. So everything is working as we expected, which is it's going to get better week over week. That's the way it's going to go. And we knew that was going to happen. It's going to continue to get better. Now we have a leadership team and a focus on culture and coaching that is really going to take us to the next level. So, continue to look out for Hussein. He will be very, very proactive and very active when it comes to being LO facing and within our daily sales huddles and in the future on this weekly sales meeting. So congratulations, Hussein. Happy birthday as well today. Last thing I want to hit on before we wrap up is this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to change the program for the daily sales huddle. This Friday, we're going to focus on the weekend warrior effort. So last week, we probably saw the most amount of our LOs going out to open houses and doing activities that are very partner-centric. We're going to focus this week on really putting that structure into a plan for anybody that doesn't know where to get started. Hey, I want to go open houses. Where do I find them? I go on Zillow, I search them, but then what do I do? What can I expect if I go to these things? What should I come prepared with? What's my elevator pitch when I walk in the door? Like, we're going to get you prepared. Nicole's going to be doing today. She's going to be going over open houses during today's daily sales huddle. We're going to go over that and much, much more on Friday because we want to prepare anybody that wants to go out. And we're going to create a little bit of a support group here. Again, this is a family. This is a team. We got to support each other. Like, at the end of the day, when somebody's doing something for the first time, it's the support system behind them. It's somebody rooting them on. It's that little bit of push, accountability that's going to get them over the finish line, going to get them to do that thing for the first time. So we've got your back. We're going to do it as a team. We've been doing this last couple of weeks. It's worked out very, very well. We want to make sure that people are taking advantage of these opportunities and all the resources that we have available that are plug and play to go out there in the market and win some relationships. So have a great rest of the day. We appreciate you and talk to you soon.